Yeah, just talking about the Weber State game this past Saturday. I thought Weber State was, as advertised, top-ranked team in the country, and we had a good week of preparation and did not get off to a great start in the game. Fell behind 14-0, but I was proud of our guys. We found a way. Got the big kickoff return, and then another score to tie the game, and had a unfortunate turnover late in the first half. They scored, but we came back and responded to that and were able to take the lead early in the second half. And I think that was a key point in the game. We had momentum with the first lead, and then we allowed them to get the lead back. But our guys fought hard right down to the end. With the scoring again on special teams was an excellent effort by our guys, and then getting a stop to get the ball back to give us one more chance. But the overall difference in the game were really two things, probably time of possession. They controlled the ball, and field position. They did a good job of creating field position for their team and pinning us deep in our end.
Did you notice any difference in the locker room after this game versus after the Idaho State game? Was there, I don't want to say hope in the guys' eyes, but was there disappointment, obviously, but then, that feeling of we're still here?
Well, I think our guys were disappointed and hurt when you work hard and you lose a tough game, because this was a big opportunity for us against the top team in the country, and we're right there in a close game. It was, hurtful and that, but I feel like when we got to Sunday, we really have a focus now that, hey, this is something that we got to put behind us, and we really got to move forward here and get ready for Idaho.
What can you guys kind of do to get that offense going in the second half? You had 3 touchdowns in the first half and then only 3 points in that second half.
Well, a lot of it had to do with our opponent. They're very difficult to move the ball against, and then, like I said earlier, field position. And we had a few opportunities, that we just didn't execute. But, a lot of it was Weber State's defense is difficult to move the ball against. They've done a good job most of the year, and we just got to find a way to be more consistent. But the field position wasn't easy on us either.
As far as special teams go, like you mentioned, obviously 2 big plays with the field goal return and then the kickoff return. Special teams wise, what did you really see and like out of your guys on those 2 different plays?
Well, we had some great effort on the kickoff return. Evan made a good return, but there was some really touchdown blocks, we call them, some guys that exerted effort. We had a couple of individuals. It was like a 10-second play for them to stay on their man and block them, and we executed that very well. And then the last one was a big belief. I know we talked on the sideline that, hey, if they try this long field goal to make it a 15-point game, this is our opportunity. And Dion makes the big block, and then I thought, was it a smart play by Jackson when he was able to recover the ball but knew he couldn't stay on his feet, he let it go. So it's just how you're instructed to do it. And then our guys really hustled and put forth great effort. And the biggest thing that comes from that is there's a belief that, hey, you play the entire 60 minutes and you still got a shot. And that was great to see from our guys.
What was the conversation like getting Tanner Palmborg back ready to play in that?
Well, we had talked about, with several medical people, you want to make sure it's safe for him to be out there, and people way above my scale of medical knowledge are making that decision that he's one of these guys that may be able to do it with a brace. We still had to get him out there, and he hadn't practiced for a while. That was probably the biggest issue that we had as far as how to use him in the game. But I believe you'll see an expanded role for him this week and weeks to come, because the day after the injury, and 2 days after the injury, we were planning to be without him for the rest of the year, and this is something that could be a really neat story.
Did he run about 75 yards on that kick return that Danielle Rogers brought back? Do you know, was he on that block?
Yeah, he was on the field at that time, and yep, he ran, and he actually got in the convoy that screened some guys so Donnell could take it all the way to the end zone.
You guys are 3-1 on the road. You go on the road again this week. What works on the road for you guys, and how do you keep that going?
Well, we've been able to stay pretty focused and get off to good starts. I think that's always important to go on the road, because this is a team that, we've studied now since this summer. We think they have explosive running backs and very competitive quarterbacks. Those guys really compete, and we've really been able to focus, I guess, prepare well during the week, and it just seems like our guys, and this has been something for a few years now, we've done a good job of going on the road and playing well and staying together. It's just something you got to do. You really got to focus, and then getting off to a good start really helps.
As far as going into Idaho, is there any update on John Santiago?
Well, he was better late in the week. We actually thought there was a chance if he could have progressed the last 2 days, but we determined on Friday that it just wasn't going to be. He just wasn't quite ready, and it's always about, we aren't going to put anybody at risk. And hopefully, at practice today, he'll get out there and be able to move around, and he'll get better and better throughout the week.
Idaho is 0-5 on the road, 3-0 at home. What is it a good atmosphere at home? They just play better at home. What do you think?
Well, I haven't looked at it that much, I guess. I didn't realize that that was their record at home and on the road, because I've just been really looking at offense and defense and special teams. But, I think most teams, it's pretty common to have a better home record. And it might be just more comfortable there. But I would imagine it'll be a challenging environment for us. And everybody has good players and players with pride. And, you get to this time of year, we're just going to really encourage our guys to be great in November, to really, eliminate noise, eliminate the body pains, because everybody's beat up this time of year, and just really focus on the preparation and get ready to earn a good result on Saturday afternoon.
Go ahead.
So then, is that the message then, to not look ahead again? I know I've been hammering this with you, but just to keep it on this week?
Yeah, it's very important, for us to have a chance. You got to build a resume, and to build a resume, you got to focus on being 1-0 each and every week, and that's what we're going to focus on this week.
Talk about the importance of November. Do you like where your team is sitting at heading into the month that is kind of the money month here?
Yeah, we'd always want it to be better, but I think we're in decent shape at this point in the year. But we want to be great in November, and this is going to tell us a lot about our team and a lot about our program. Can you do a good job in November? In our recent history, we've been a pretty good November team.